Hi, this is Pastor Bob. What reminds you of better days? You know, those things that when you think of them, when you feel good because that was a good day. What reminds you of that? Music is one of those things for me. You know, I wake up every single morning with a different song in my head. I don't know why that is, but I do. A different song in my head, and the first thing I do is go to Spotify and play it. And those songs, a lot of them are really old, like from the 60s and 70s. Yes, I am that old. Well, I can go back to the 50s. But those songs mean something to me. And when I hear them, I remember things. I remember good days. I remember good times. I remember doing things that were exciting and looking forward to things. And, you know, there's all kinds of emotions hidden in all of that. And, you know, honestly, uh, that's true with all of us. When we feed the homeless, for instance, I play classic rock usually. And the reason for that is because it reminds them of better days. When I play those old songs, the smiles start to come. They remember better days, and they feel good for a little while. All of us do that. And you know, when we get into a place where we're depressed, we're in a rut, we can't seem to get out of it, sometimes it's good to reflect on better times and to think about what was different then and what's different now. Honestly. Folks, sometimes when we get depressed and we get down, we get lonely, we get frustrated, we can't remember ever being anything else. You know, people say, I'm always depressed, I'm always lonely, and I know better, but I know that when you feel depressed, you feel like you've always been depressed. But if you can spark something, if you can remember those better days, if you can remember what was different then and plug it in to what needs to happen now, you'll find that things really begin to change. You know, I can be having one of those days that's a little frustrated or maybe just even a little bit depressed for whatever reason. And music is usually the thing that sparks me, that kind of takes me out of it. Listening to music, not necessarily mood music, but music that reminds me of better times. And I remember them, and I plug them into the day, and things begin to get better. Now, some of you are going to say, well, you know, you just need to ask the Lord to help you, et cetera, and obviously that's part of it. But I want to tell you there are things in our lives that spark that, and I think we ought to use them. And most of you, honestly, that are listening to me today are musicians and music people. You know how music drives you. Let it drive you in the right direction. Let it bring you out of those times. And think of better days and plug it into these days. God bless you. Have a great day.